What's up, everyone? This is Cameron Mahaffey with Underworld Explorers. Today we're going to dive the river. We're going to be looking for cracks and other caves that are on this river. Hopefully we find some. We're not really sure. So right now there is a drought going on in Florida. It hadn't been raining, so all the river levels are dropping. Typically these rivers are really brown from how high the river is. It's more river water than it is spring water. But right now, with the river levels being so low, it's a lot of spring water. The freaking river, instead of being brown right now, you can see through the water all the way to the river floor and see it perfectly. It's pretty cool. It's really rare around Florida. So we're gonna get through this right now. I'm gonna show you all the river. So like typically right now you wouldn't be able to see the bottom right here. This is typically really brown water. Some people think this is a spring right here. It is not. It's just an eddy. It does look like one though. I'll give him that. So I'm diving with my buddy Drew. We've been friends for a couple years and he's not here yet. I'm still waiting on him. We're supposed to meet here at 11 actually. He may have just pulled in. I can't tell. Anyway, so myself and Drew are gonna be searching the river, and he has a canoe, I think they call it. It's like a canoe with the flat back, and you put a little motor on it. It makes it way easier to go up and down this river. This river is really, since it's so low, it's still pumping really fast. I think he did just pull in. Anyway, guys, let's go. Top ones.
Yeah, probably like river caves in Florida. It's short, bang for your buck in 50s.
All right, so we found this limestone ledge on the side of the river right here. And then we followed the limestone ledge and we found this crack over here. I'm going to show you all in a second. So this ledge goes down to this big crack. It goes all the way over there. It's right here. And it looks like a little swamp right now, but the water is clear. The boat's way over there. When we drop down this fissure crack, we end up being about 90 feet in depth. So that's like standing on a building that is 9 stories tall. That's how far down we were. The water, as you can see, is pretty green until we get to the bottom, and actually cleared up quite nice. We probably had 30 to 40 feet of viz. This right here is looking up from about 60 feet in depth. So you can see that green layer, and then it's just a lot clearer down here at the bottom. So we're still descending. Right now we're probably at 70, going down. End up finding a line about 75 feet. Now we're at the bottom of this tunnel. We went to the right. And at the bottom of this tunnel, we're about 100 feet deep now. So that is 10 stories below the surface. I'm trying to be real careful with my kicks. Even though the tunnel is plenty big, and I'm not really worried about silting it out. There had a bunch of life in this cave. As you can see, like the little white spots every now and then. Those are crayfish and isopods. This cave is really cool. As you see all the silt falling down from the ceiling, that's our bubbles when we exhale out of our regulators. Is the bubbles are breaking up the like silt on the ceiling. It's pretty cool. Eventually, we follow along this tunnel that opens up to a large fissure. And the fissure is at like, I don't know, a 60-degree angle right here. So we just make our way along the bottom of the fissure crack. We start seeing organics, so like trees, leaves, and stuff like that on the bottom right here. So I know there's an opening somewhere. So I take my reel, I tie off on the line, and we start looking up. And I'm like, I think I see a little glow. So right now we're about 60 feet deep. So I see this little glow of light. So I tie my reel off and I just start going straight up, hoping that this cave opens up to the surface. You can't really see the glow right now, but here we go. Okay guys, we end up going to the left, and then this cave's really confusing. There's like 3 lines. They separate every now and then, so it's just kind of a sketchy way they do it. But we got really shallow. We got like 40 feet deep. And I was like, okay, well, so I started looking out, seeing organics, and then I turned my light off. I look up, I can see like a faint glow. I was like, well, so I turned around to Drew. I was like, hey man, let's go up and see where the hell we're at. Hopefully y'all can hear this. Anyway, so we just went up and we popped in this little sinkhole. So I don't know. So Drew's getting out right now, and he's heading up and going to see where the hell we went. Anyway, guys, stay tuned. Hopefully you find a way out of here. Seriously? Oh my god. I don't know. What do you want to do? So we decided to turn around and go back the way we came from instead of pulling all the gear out and walking back. We wanted to see if there's any other tunnels at the bottom of this first fissure crack that we went down. We'd think we were missing something. So we're just kicking back right now. You can see some kind of silt just kind of still in the water. Look how large this room is. Floor to ceiling's probably 15 feet left and right. You know, you couldn't even see the wall. So it's at least 40 feet wide, probably more, probably 60 or 70 feet wide. Right now I'm behind Drew. This is him kicking in front of me right now. This cave is actually plenty big. We could have used back mount, but we decided to use side mount. Side mount makes it a little easier to take the tanks on the boat, get off the boat, and all that good stuff. But right now, Drew's just kind of exploring. That's why he's moving her light around so much. Just trying to find the going passage, looking left and right. See if anybody missed anything while diving this cave before. I found a little crayfish right here. He's probably about the size of your thumb. So maybe Tom Morris will jump back in and tell us what kind of crayfish that is. My video is a little more wobbly than his is because he has a tray, as you can kind of see on his backside right here. The tray allows the camera to be more stable, gives you something better to hold on to. Right now I'm just holding the camera in my hand and the light in my other hand. So as you see, I'm trying to move the light around and trying to find the best angle. Here we go. Drew took back over for the videoing. I really did enjoy this cave. It just kept going. Supposedly there's a lot of passage here. We talked to some guys that explored it before, and it connects like several other sinkholes. There's sinkholes all over this property over here. And I think it's amazing all this cool cave we find underneath this little bitty crack that just had green swamp water in it. This is what I was talking about, the lines. If you look, there's a line to the right There's 2 lines to the left, and there's another line that crosses over another line. So this cave is just like the wild, wild west when it comes to running lines, I guess. So it's definitely not a beginner-friendly cave. I would say you need to be full cave with a little bit of experience before even trying to come out here. Right now I'm trying to make a decision where I want to go, so that's why I'm kind of hesitating. Look how tall this fissure is. We're in another fissure right now. It's at like that 60-degree angle. I'm at the bottom of it and it just goes under, but at the top there's no telling. I'm at about 100 feet deep right now, and at the top it might go all the way to the surface. There might be another sinkhole up there. Here we got Drew taking over again. We found the other passage at the bottom of this fissure crack. We're going to go down a little bit. This passage is massive. This is the big one we missed. So him and I are trying to swap places again. You see all the organics? That's because we're at the bottom of that fissure crack, and all the tree limbs and the leaves and all that stuff just falls down this crack and just settled at the bottom. We eventually start kicking in a second and getting down this new passage we just found. We're just trying to swap places and then get everything all settled in. There we go. Now look at this passage. Look how big it is. You can see the floor, but you can't see the ceiling or any of the other walls. I think it's really cool. These are 15,000 lumen lights we're carrying, and this cave just eats it up like it's nothing. Randy Childers 6984. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Thank you for subscribing, watching, and liking. I'll see everyone else on the next one.